you ever felt like you're trapped inside your own house? Like you're just not allowed to go outside for months on end? The Woman in the Window is a psychological thriller come mystery, in line with the old Hitchcockian films the main character constantly watches. It follows Anna Fox, who suffers extreme agoraphobia. Separated from her husband and living apart from him and their daughter, Anna spends her time locked inside her 4-story New York house with her films, her wine, her chess, and her memories. Her only escape to the physical world? Her windows and her Nikon camera. However, as she watches a new family in the neighbourhood, picture perfect and a painful reminder of the life she's left behind, she witnesses something terrible. But as she tries to solve the mystery, she realises there is more than one truth to uncover. The writing style is brilliant. It's very stylised and gives a great atmosphere, adding to the tension whilst gradually revealing Anna to be an unreliable narrator, forcing the reader to question every detail mentioned. The short chapters work well for building tension, and the slow burn does a good job of easing the reader into this Hitchcockian setting. The description is wonderful. There is a semantic field of haunting and ghosts, which works wonderfully with the chilling atmosphere and strengthens the disconnect between Anna and the real world, which in turn feeds her agoraphobia. The mental health descriptions are also good. It explores agoraphobia, PTSD, and depression very well, allowing the reader to feel what Anna feels and understand her struggles with her issues. The mystery is very well done, with lots of hints being dropped, and nothing is there without reason. Lots of clues and red herrings, easily misconstrued for each other. It works well with Anna's issues and her as an unreliable narrator, forcing the reader to sort of try to work out the mystery without her, because we begin to feel we can't trust her anymore. And it is all brought together at the end in a satisfying way, with every twist and turn throughout feeling earned. It's quite well paced, I thought. The characters are quite believable, and it is very gripping. I literally struggled to put it down, but that might be because the chapters were very short, so it was very easy to kind of say, oh, just one more won't take me very long to read. There is also a cat, and the cat survives, so if you're worried about the cat, tense scenes, the cat is okay. You don't need to worry. I hope that doesn't count as a spoiler. The cat is called Punch, and Punch is my favourite character. 10 out of 10. I guess there were like 2 moments that felt a little bit melodramatic and might have worked better as in a film or a TV show, because the medium of writing does force those moments to be a bit longer than they would have been just on screen. But as it does seem to have drawn quite a lot on like Hitchcock and those sort of films, which I would say at times a little bit melodramatic. But, it was fine. I didn't really mind too much. Everything was just so good that the melodrama isn't particularly distracting, I don't think. But other than that, I really don't have any issues with it. It was just really nice reading a sort of more literary book with fun ways of using prose. It's great, and you should read it. There is also a film adaptation on Netflix, which is fine. I think it adapted it as well as it could have, considering the sort of constraints of medium of film, and the fact that the book uses the medium of prose very effectively. So there were elements that did not translate very well. Like Anna as the main character isn't particularly likable in the film, because she just kind of stares at people a lot, which is awkward, but in the book you have like almost like a running internal dialogue, and she's actually quite fun. So that didn't translate very well across. And of course the film had to cut bits, which was a shame because they did support the mystery, but I get why they cut them. And they also added a few action scenes, which did feel a bit out of place, because it's not really an action book. It's a lot more... I use the word intellectual, but that seems a bit sort of... what was it? Not classist. I don't know. Whatever the ist is for that. But it's not really an action book, so the action scenes did feel a bit out of place. So they added a few elements I didn't think needed to be there, but I think they did a fairly good job with what they had, and they tried their best. So yeah. But, oh, and the cinematography actually was quite cool. It had some really fun angles and ways of shooting scenes, which I did appreciate, which I think must have been inspired by Hitchcock, because I think he used some fun angles and things in his films. I've not actually seen a Hitchcock film, apart from like, Half of Psycho. Was The Birds Hitchcock? Yeah. I've seen The Birds. That was a weird film. Anyway, basically, in short, watch the film if you like, but the book is far better, and I think it's worth a read. So yeah, that's all I've got to say. See you next time.